Hey there, Start here. All right, so we've got the crown battles for Yshe. All right, to upgrade Yshe's abilities. They're pretty nice crown upgrades. So it increases her ice, or it gives her an 89% defense and spirit break and a 160% ice and peril. So she becomes a really strong ice breaker unit. Her damage still sucks, unfortunately. She's not very good for damage, but yeah, the breaks and the imperil are really nice. And now we're not actually going to go ice element on this battle. We're going to go with fire because my strongest DPS is for this fight is Tyvis. I do have a Tyvis and Yshe, like the tag team unit, and I'll be using them as well here. So you're going up against Tyvis. He's a human. Mainly uses physical attacks, so we're going to be bringing Runda to handle all of that. And yeah, we're going to get this done. We're basically going to kill him on turn 5 in one big burst. All right, because my Tyvis and Yshe is only EX1, so their SLB doesn't come online till turn 5. My Tyvis is EX2, so he'll have his SLB on turn 4, but we're not going to use it until turn 5. All right, we're just going to kill this guy on turn 5. All right, so here's the team that I am working with. Tyvis and Yshe do get a leader skill, so you see I've activated their leader skill. It's only 100% attack and mag to fire category units, but luckily, you know, Tyvis is a fire category unit, so he gets the bonus. Yshe will be our breaker, of course. She is great for this one. If you don't have a Yshe, I'm not sure who else actually works as a breaker on this one. I'm trying to think. What other Season 4 breakers are there? I think there's Hava, or Have. I think he's a breaker, I'm pretty sure. And so you could use him. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what his breaks are. Anyways, Have would be a good slot in here just for a good breaker there. All right. But I'm using Yshe because I have her. So here's the gear. Honestly, I tried to gear her for some damage, but it's not really important. So her gear is kind of irrelevant. You see I've given her the Lone Swordsman card. I was trying to figure out how to get her to chain with my Neovision Rain, and this was one option. I'm going to go over a couple of options of how to chain those two together at the end, and so I'll talk more about that in the actual battle. Okay, but yeah, really the only important thing here is to make sure you either give her a TMR or STMR, it doesn't matter which one, and then give her Lucid Lenses for Guts. She's going to need that on turn 4. All right, and then just like before, make sure you upgrade her ability. You notice I haven't upgraded it fully, so it doesn't have the Ice and Peril on it, but this is the ability you're going to upgrade with her crowns, and I wanted to wait to upgrade it fully to demonstrate that, you know, after you clear the first 2 stages, dump 2 crowns in it to get that 89% defense break before you go into level 4. All right, so that will definitely help make sure you clear this one out. So 2 crowns, this only has 2 crowns in it so far. All right, I haven't fully upgraded it yet. I'll do that at the end after we've cleared this out. All right. Runda, of course, is just going to be tanking it like a champ. He does what he does. The most important thing about Runda, all right, is to make sure you give him his Runda head and upgrade it to the burst type, right? So you get this for free by doing the story, and he has 2 types. He has Runda Head Assault and Runda Head Burst. The one you get automatically is the Runda Head Assault, but then you have to go in and upgrade it to Runda Head Burst, which gives all of these, and these are all triple castable, it gives all these mod boosts to Tyvis's SLB, and that's what's going to help us carry this fight. So you got to have that on your Runda. Otherwise, he just needs to be built for general bulk. Nothing fancy here. All right, your Tyvis. Hopefully you have a Tyvis if you're going to follow this strategy. Make sure you've upgraded his TMR. All right, because it has upgrades that are free upgrades, and it gives him some nice static attack. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Yeah, 1100 static attack. Plus, it gives him all these killers. Plus, it gives him chain cap boost. He's rocking and rolling and ready to go. So then I just gave him some other gear. Tyvis's cloak, don't forget that this does give him 500 static attack. Okay, so very, very nice. And that's a free piece of gear that you can upgrade from the story. And then some Clash of Wills gear. Might not be necessary. I think we do a fair amount of overkill on this boss. All right, make sure he's got his STMR, of course, and then just make sure he's loaded up on Human Killer and LB damage. And that's really all you need. All right, Human Killer, LB damage. He is good to go. All right, Rain doesn't really need too much. You see I've given him Erinya's ring, and I put Shiva Esper on him so that he can potentially use this to chain with Yshe on the burst turn, on turn 5. Now, you have to quad cast. You can't triple cast, but what you can do is you can do a triple Blizara followed by a Blizzaga, and that should not disrupt the chain if you do the triple Blizara and then Blizzaga as the final act. If you do Blizzard, that does have the potential to break your chain, so keep that in mind. But Blizzaga it's so slow that you're usually done chaining your bolting strike before the Blizzaga starts. Okay. Now in his the rest of his gear is basically irrelevant. You just want to make sure he has a form of guts, which I think he has innately, so you don't really have to worry about that. All right. Tyvis and Yshe. So you see, I gave them some fairly decent gear. You know, you want them to be fairly strong, so they can deal some damage, because Tyvis will not solo carry this. They have to kind of like chip away that last little bit of damage at the very end. Tyvis will do a considerable amount, but he won't carry the fight all by himself. So Tyvis and Yshe definitely have to bring a little bit of damage themselves. And I really just gave him this card just for high attack with the static attack, whatever card you have. I'm not using like the Resolute Mind ability. You could theoretically use the Resolute Mind ability to give him a 100% ice amp, since you have Yshe on the party. So consider that if you have the card, but I'm not going to use that here because we're going fire element on this one. All right, and he has 300% human, 300% LB damage. Yep, good to go there. All right, so this is the party. It's gonna go all the way out to turn 5, because we're gonna be using Rain to do the perfect dispel to get rid of the defense and spirit buff that Tyvis puts up. All right, and that's how we're gonna get around that. So let's go ahead and get in here and see how we get this done. All right, first thing first, Yshe's going to go ahead and break the boss. We'll use her LB. If you've only got like an EX1 Yshe, you can use like her full breakdown or something like that. Runda's not going to take very much damage, so don't worry too much about it. You do want to save this one for next turn because it only lasts 4 turns. So make sure you don't use this one on this turn. All right, don't use her Magnus, or else it won't be available on turn 5. Okay. Runda does his LB. Rain is just going to guard. He doesn't need to do anything. My Tyvis and Yshe are going to just fill their LB. Tyvis, I'm just going to go ahead and do his LB for the large sword in peril. Okay. All right, and now we're basically just kind of hanging out until turn 4. All right, Runda, he can just guard. Oh yeah, we're just gonna do her. Now we can do her Magnus breaks. All right, Rain can just guard again on this turn. Tyvis and Yshe. Let's see, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they last for 4 turns. So I'm going to go ahead and do all those now. Okay. All right. Tyvis doesn't have to do anything, I don't think. Yeah, I think... Yeah, we'll save that for next turn because he's going to dispel us. Actually, are these undispellable? Let me just double check. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually save that for next turn as well, because he's going to dispel us on this turn. So we're just going to guard all these guys. I think I save all that stuff for next turn. Okay, there we go. And that's the only dispel we'll get for the rest of this fight, assuming you finish it on turn 5. All right, so we've been dispelled, so we got to put our cover back up. We'll do Protectica, Shelga. All right, Yshe can do... we'll do I'm a Soldier, just so she kind of buffs herself up a little bit, I guess. And yeah, we'll just hit the boss. All right, Rain's going to do his big Fire Imperil with Extreme Blade. If you don't have it fully crowned, that's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. Oh, I meant to do his LB last, or that's what I meant to do. I meant to do his LB. That's fine. Last turn. We'll do it this turn. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I should have done his LB last turn, and that does the Fire and Ice Imperil field. All right, Tyvis will just do not losing anything for the boss, not giving an inch, and Flame Shard. Okay. All right, so we'll do a bit of chip damage on this turn. It's just so you more comfortably kill the boss. All right, Yshe will just do her SLB. If you don't have her SLB up, that's fine. Just have her do some chaining with like Runda, here. Do not use Runda's SLB because all of these skills down here require LB gauge. Okay, I made that mistake the first time. Do not use his SLB, or else you will not be able to use all those mod boosts. Okay. Rain will just do Blaze Saber, Prominent Saber, and then King Saber, which does the Perfect Dispel. All right, make sure he goes first. We'll do Ferocity, Will of a Hero, and Elemental Burst Fire with our Tyvis and Yshe. And Tyvis, we'll just do Tyvis' Spirit, followed by Double Flame Sword. Alright, and this is probably not going to do very much damage, but just a little chip damage. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so this is the big hit that's going to hurt. This is why we need Guts. So everybody who is not named Runda and Tyvis, because they both have big mitigations on themselves, everybody else needs Guts, or else that will kill you. Okay. All right. So now, so here's the burst turn. All right. The important thing is to get Rain and Yshe to chain together to build up the chain for everybody else. 2 ways we can do this. The way I did it is I gave Rain Claw of the Dragon for the Extreme Nova chain. And then Yshe is going to do Blazing Red Flash. What you could do, if you don't have those, because both of those I know are limited, you can do a triple bolting strike with Yshe, and then with Rain, you can do quad, Blizzara, and a Blizzaga. All right, so that's another option that you can do if you don't have the limited items. But I'm going to go ahead and use these because it's just easier that way. Tyvis and Yshe do their SLB. All right, make sure that Runda does all his mod boosts to Tyvis. Tyvis does his SLB. All right, so we'll start with Rain and Yshe, and then Tyvis and Yshe, and Tyvis, all basically at the same time. All right, so let's go. So there's the big hit from Tyvis, and Tyvis and Yshe finish him off. All right, and that's like 3 billion worth of overkill. The boss has 15 billion. So, yeah, easy done. So there's a bit of room there if your units aren't quite as strong. All right, so yeah, there you can see Tyvis. That's actually a low roll for Tyvis. He usually does well over 10 bill, but that's fine. And then, Yshe not doing too bad using the using the Lone Swordsman card there, but you know, that wasn't necessary. So Tyvis and Yshe together carried the fight, and they even did like a billion worth of overkill there by themselves. So yeah, that's how I got this one done. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna start working on some other content. I've still got the Grace of Flame trial, and I've got to do Dark Visions. Full disclosure, I threw some tickets at the Flaring Ether Rain banner and got another Flaring Ether Rain, so I now can upgrade. I can now fully upgrade my Rain to EX +2 and take him into Dark Visions and try and see if I can get a high score. And so be on the lookout for that. Might come out later today, might come out tomorrow. I'm not quite sure, but I just wanted to clear out some of these easier. Some of this easier content and get that out to you guys as soon as I could. All right, so stay tuned. Definitely more content coming this weekend, and I will see you on the other side.